Yeah, certainly INEC also has its own challenges, but on the rung of the ladder, INEC is several rungs above the SIEC, in the sense that apart from the fact that sometimes the SIECs are not legally constituted, they don't also have a structure. They don't have the benefit of permanent staff. You know, people who work there as bureaucrats, who service the system, who carry out the operations of the commissions, the various commissions, and therefore, at the end of the day, there is coherence, there is sustainability, and also there is institutional memory. You can fall back on what the staff has experienced in the past to improve on the conduct of elections, which the SIECs don't have. So the SIECs need to have a structure, just like INEC has a structure. You have bureaucrats led by a permanent secretary appointed by the commission, and directors at the headquarters, and then at the state level you also have administrative secretaries and directors manning the various departments, and then these are also reflected at the level of the local governments, where you have an electoral officer in charge of each local government, 774 local governments. Okay. Now you need to have that structure.
Talking about that structure, some state governments would say that that's not possible because it would mean increase.
Yes,
in
I'm coming to
the number of staff that they have.
The corollary to that is that they must be well funded. They must be. You can't, if you want to conduct elections, you must fund the commissions. To the extent that they don't have to go to INEC, you know, borrowing cubicles and ballot papers. They need to have their own facilities. They don't have to go to INEC, depend on INEC facilities. They need to have their offices manned by their own staff. And then you need also to, like I said, have laws that are reviewed based on, as you test the laws, you review them. Like what, in the case of INEC, I've mentioned that since 2002, the laws have been reviewed. As elections are conducted, challenges arise, you review the laws to address the challenges. The SIECs don't have that benefit. Then also you need to appoint people who have unimpeachable integrity and character. You don't just appoint people based on patronage because somebody taught you in school. I know of a state where the governor told me he appointed the chairperson of the SIEC because the person taught him in high school. I'm not saying that the person is not capable, but I thought that the overriding concern should be competence. So you need...
Maybe you have seen the competence of the...
Yes, I'm trying to... I'm trying to mitigate my criticism by saying that the person may be competent, but the overriding concern should not be patronage. It should be the ability to deliver, and the ability also to inspire confidence and respect, to also inspire neutrality, integrity, transparency. These are some of the things that the SIECs lack, and we must imbue them, we must invest them with these qualities if we want elections at that level to be at par or beyond what INEC conducts. We need to do that. We need to fund them robustly, you know, and then we need also to continue to not only reform the laws, but introduce technologies that improve the conduct of elections at that level. Since 2002, for example, INEC has severally introduced all manner of technologies, from the OMR forms to EVM, that is the EVS, electronic voting system, to and all these PVCs and so on. They are all components of the EVS, the electronic voting system. So over the years, systematically, INEC has been introducing technology to improve the conduct of elections, to make them more transparent. Some may not have worked the way they ought to, but at least there's an effort to improve. And people see this improvement, and that earns INEC trust it earns confidence. And it is when these technologies don't work that, you know, there's a trust deficit. So the SIECs need to have the benefit of these kinds of technological efforts. For example, CATSEC, that is Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission, introduced electronic balloting.
Okay.
It may not have worked very well, but at least it was an attempt to improve on the conduct of elections. I've not seen any effort by any of the SIECs to introduce any measure or modicum of technology since.
But Desan, you see, a lot of
started.
people would still argue with you that even with the technology you're talking about, the structure, the fact that the governors would appoint whoever heads the State Independent Electoral Commission, they can still be swayed.
Yes. In fact, my own argument is that even at the national level, you need to take the appointment of the chairman of INEC, national commissioners, and resident electoral commissioners outside the purview of the presidency. In other jurisdictions, what is done is that these positions are advertised, the requisite qualifications or requirements are put there, people are either nominated or they apply, and then at the end of the day, when they are shortlisted, people can now, if they don't approve of certain individuals, they have issues, they petition. And based on that, they can be dropped.
Okay,
so
Nick,
we need to come to that.
Let me just